That I would think are the highest priorities with this etude. Working on what I talked about earlier, and that is continuing to develop a lyrical style of playing. And at the beginning, there again, I'm going to make a little exercise out of this, and then that exercise will transfer all the way through the etude, and will actually transfer to the melodic parts of the other etudes as well. Maybe without you realizing it. What I'm going to do is play a little bit of it, and I'm going to slur the whole thing. And I'm going to work on smoothness and good tone and all those kinds of things. Now that little three-note motif there, I want to make sure that that is perceived as being part of that phrase rather than just kind of sticking out there by itself. So I'm going to do that alongside with slurring here. I'll do it again. Another strategy is I'm going to very lightly tongue all the notes. Legato tongue all the notes. Using the syllable do. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for months. Now I'm going to play it slurred, but add the tongue exactly where the tongue starts are indicated by the composer. Notice that it's smoother. It gets smoother over time. I'm going to continue to go on and notice that that even helps the next phrase. Also, on that last note there, the dotted half note, I have taken an opportunity to play a note that goes all the way to the end of the bar line because I'm going to breathe on the rest at the beginning of the next measure. And I'm going to play that note with the prettiest tone that I can. And really make an impression on the judge that I can play top space G with a really nice tone. The other thing I'm going to do over time here is I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and I'm going to work on taking those breath marks that are in parentheses out of there. And it's going to have more of a feeling of one like that, instead of like a three monotone, but more of an in one feel as we go along. section here. And what I do in the middle section is I create some exercises, and the hardest thing in this particular etude to do is measures 12, 25, and 26. And I want you to focus in on 25 and 26, because when I'm sitting there judging, you know, all these wonderful players that have been working on this all semester, everybody's going to play some of this really well. And so I want to know what's going to happen in measure 25 and 26. It goes up to the high C. And there again, it can sound like a cart going down a rocky road, you know, kind of lumbering. And many players, unfortunately, will play it that way. And when you get to measures 25 and 26, we want it to be very smooth, and we want it to go by, and the judge go, "Oh wow, that was smooth. It didn't catch my attention. Is needing attention." And so I've been working on this for a while, so I mean I can hit the high C pretty well. You may play it for weeks and not even go up to the high C. You might go to an A flat and add a note as you go along, like this. Get the A flat sounding good. I'm going for the B flat now, a week later. And do that for a week or week and a half. Now I'm going to go for the C. And I want to make sure that C sounds as good as the A flat and the B flat did when I got to them. And then I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to make sure that that next note is not clobbered. That next note is going to be started with grace and precision there. Here's another thing that I do. I take out the slur. I'm going to take out the slur and just play the notes without the slur. I do that. Another strategy, those of you into music theory, you might notice that if you take out a couple of these notes here, what we have is a C minor arpeggio. With a B natural in it, which would make that a raised seventh. And I just work that over and over again. And the same thing with the ones that happened before that, like in measure 17. The next one in measure 21. And so I do just those by themselves. Over time, then I put it all together. And that's how I would work on that over time. Anybody have any questions about this etude before we go on to the next one? All right, the final etude.